Hi, and welcome to the Master Communicator podcast, where we explore the essential communication skills and strategies that today's leaders need to navigate the complexities of the business world. I'm your host and coach, David Tyler, and today we're diving into a topic that's critical for every executive: effective crisis communication. In times of crisis, clear and transparent communication isn't just a nice to have, it's absolutely crucial for maintaining trust and guiding your organization through turbulent waters. Today we'll explore strategies to prepare for and manage crises, including developing a crisis communication plan, training spokespersons, and using various communication channels to reach diverse audiences. Are you ready? Then let's get started. Imagine this. Your organization is hit by an unexpected crisis. It could be anything: a data breach, a natural disaster, or even a PR scandal. The first and most important step is to communicate clearly and transparently. This isn't the time for vague statements or corporate jargon. People need accurate information, and they need it fast. There's a great line from the Black Panther film that goes, "In times of crisis, the wise build bridges while the foolish build barriers." This, in my mind, perfectly encapsulates the essence of crisis communication. Building bridges means opening lines of communication, being honest about the situation, and providing regular updates. So, how do we ensure our communication is clear and transparent? Well, start by gathering all the facts. Even if the press is pounding at your door, take your time with this step. Before making any public statements, be sure that the information you're sharing is accurate. Misinformation can cause panic and quickly erode trust, which is the last thing that you need in a crisis. Eroded trust also makes it harder to come back after the crisis has passed. Next, let's talk about empathy and leadership. During a crisis, people look to their leaders for reassurance and direction. It's essential to demonstrate empathy. Acknowledge the concerns and fears of your stakeholders. This not only shows that you care, but also humanizes your organization. John F. Kennedy once said, "In a crisis, be aware of the danger, but recognize the opportunity." This means finding ways to turn the crisis into an opportunity to strengthen relationships. By showing empathy and taking decisive action, you can build deeper trust with your team, customers, and the public. Leadership during a crisis also means being visible. Don't hide behind press releases, whether it's a video message, a live Q&A session, or a personal letter. Your presence can have a calming effect. People want to see that their leaders are in control and actively managing the situation. Now, let's get into the practical side, developing a crisis communication plan. This plan is your roadmap for navigating the crisis. Start by identifying potential crises that could impact your organization. Each type of crisis will require a different approach, so it's important to be prepared for many kinds of scenarios. And then once you've identified potential crises for your company or organization, outline the key messages you want to convey for each scenario. These messages should be clear, concise, and consistent. Identify your key spokespersons. These are the individuals who will be the face and voice of your organization during the crisis. They should be well-trained in media handling and public speaking. In today's digital landscape, you have a multitude of communication channels at your disposal. Social media, email, press releases, and your company website are just a few examples. It's important to use a mix of these channels to reach your diverse audience. Different stakeholders might prefer different communication methods, so being versatile is key. Remember, the goal is to provide timely and accurate information across all these channels. Consistency is crucial. You don't want to send mixed messages. Regular updates are essential to keep everyone informed about the latest developments and what actions are being taken. Finally, training and preparedness are paramount. Regularly train your team and spokespersons on crisis communication protocols. Conduct mock crisis scenarios to ensure that everyone knows their role and can act quickly and efficiently when a crisis hits. This training will build confidence and ensure that your team can respond swiftly and effectively. In the words of social scientist and author Peter Drucker, the most important thing in communication is hearing what isn't said. This means being proactive and anticipating questions and concerns before they arise. By being prepared, you can address issues head on and maintain control over the narrative. Bottom line, effective crisis communication is about being clear, transparent, empathetic, and prepared. By developing a solid crisis communication plan, training your team, and using various communication channels, you can mitigate the impact of crises, protect your organization's reputation, and even come out stronger. Remember, crises are inevitable, but how you communicate during those times can make all the difference. Thank you for joining me on this episode of the Master Communicator podcast. If you found this episode helpful, please subscribe, leave a review, and share it with your network. I'm David Tyler. Until next time, stay prepared and keep communicating effectively.
Contact David for one-on-one coaching or team training by email david@davidtylerspeaks.com or book David as a speaker at your next conference. Email booking@davidtylerspeaks.com. Custom music for the show is provided by Buddha Sync Music. The Master Communicator is a production of David Tyler Communications, Inc.